Okay, so next video in my series here on the build of my Folger 2020 3D scan printer. I got the first 3 steps done, and let me show you. Well, here you can see it right here. Went together pretty straightforward, about an hour or so. Now I'm using, I have in the background here, the GitHub assembly guide. And one of the notes they make is that these screws, which come, the M5 screws, are only 8mm, and they say that they won't work. They do work. You know, they recommend getting 10s or 12s. The 8s work. They're kind of a pain. They're a little short. I'm not a big fan of the T-nuts that go in because they can twist and they're kind of a pain in the neck. But I was able to get these to work. They recommended going to 10s and 12s. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward. This has to be 90mm from the back. Just using and measure both sides. The calipers say 90mm. I got them dialed in. Double check my calipers, make sure they're accurate with a metal ruler, and they are. One thing I did have to do was on the front, let me turn this around, the bearing support here is going to be for the belt to roll on. The screw, I think they've redesigned these L brackets here since the instructions were made, because they're able to do it without washers with the M4 bolts, and I had to put washers in, otherwise they fit right through the hole. So bearings are on, and we'll see how they, yes, like I said, some people complain about the bearings that come with it. Motor mounts on, all the L brackets are in place. I'm curious how these L brackets actually compare to these type of corner brackets, because I have a bunch of these from another project, so we'll see. But it's fairly straightforward. Just take your time, and it assembles to this point pretty easily. Next step is going to be putting the aluminum heat bed in place, and this is one of the areas where people complain about the fit. And what I mean by that is these brackets need to fit on here, and people say they're tight, so we'll see how they snap on. And the other thing is, I mean, all the instructions when I'm looking at them show people mounting these to the bottom of the heat bed, the aluminum plate. I'm curious if it's any easier to put on if you put these on first and put the heat bed on after. I'm also thinking maybe if I put a pair of vice grips, I can snap them in, because they are really close to fitting. So you'll see. Like I said, this is video 2. Only special tools I needed were some Allen wrenches, sizes. Let me take a look here. I needed a 2, 2.5, 3, and a 4 to get to this. I also used a little probe I use for electronics to get the T-nut to line up correctly. Otherwise they twisted. I'm not Loctiting any of this stuff in place now, but before I finish, after I test it and everything works, I'll probably back each nut out one at a time and put some Loctite on them. That's it. So far everything's going together well. Other people said that the rods would slide in these brackets. I'm not. Well, these brackets aren't solid right now. This one seems a little bit loose still. Let me try to tighten it up a little bit more. Oh, when you're putting them in, make sure you put the bolts to the outside. Makes it easier to tighten. That seems fairly tight, so. Let me try to tighten it up a little bit more and see if I get that play to go away. There we go. Tighten this one up a little bit more. You don't want to tighten them to the strip. This isn't hardened steel, and like pot metal. Pot metal can strip pretty easily. So, like I said, video 2, and I'll bring you back a couple more steps. I don't want to bring you back for each and every step. But yeah, once I get the heat bed in place, I'll bring it back at that stage. So, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.